Good afternoon, Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media and leader of the Embedded Computing Design franchise. I'm here this morning with Malik Upala. He is the Global AI Product and Market Development Manager for Lanner, and we're going to be discussing how you accelerate your AI at the edge of the IoT. Good morning, Malik.
Good morning, Rich. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. So I sort of summarized, but just one step deeper, what will people expect to learn from your presentation?
Yeah, definitely. So today we are going to talk about one of Lanner's NGC-ready server. So that's our brand new platform for Edge AI. And in today's talk, we'll talk about what are the challenges in deep learning at the edge, right? Then what are Lanner's product offering, what we have, purpose-built hardware. Then I would like to introduce our new server, NGC-ready server. Then I'll also talk about some NVIDIA technology for GPU optimized Edge AI. And at the end, I'll give some deep dive to our brand new product features and value props, what our audience can learn from this. This is the summary of what the audience can expect. So today we are going to talk about Lanner LEC-2290E hardware, which is NVIDIA NGC-ready server for Edge AI. So let's start with Lanner's introduction first, what we do. So Lanner is a leading hardware provider for network computing appliances, telecommunication appliances, and intelligent edge appliances. We've been in business since past 30 plus years. Our new growth engines from 5G, SD-WAN, AI, IoT, etc. So I belong to Intelligent Edge business unit, where we manufacture ruggedized and robust hardware for edge. So that's a quick introduction about Lanner and what is our business model and how we go to market. So in today's talk, we will purely focus on Edge AI and what we have for Edge AI. So first of all, let's start with some background for AI, right? As we all know, AI is transforming every industry. For example, manufacturing. Empowering truly intelligent Industry 4.0. We've been seeing various use cases such as predictive maintenance or object flow detectors or anomaly detection. Those are some manufacturing, and in factories, we've been seeing that how AI been used. For retail market, there are various use cases for checkout-free technology, frictionless shopping, which is changing stores and customer experience, and smart cities, right? Deployment of autonomous AI solution for crowd health monitoring, vehicle detection, license plate detection, etc. Right now, AI is growing, and AI software revenue is expected to grow 100 billion by 2025 by Omnia's latest survey. As per Forbes, there will be 13 trillion additional economic activity involved with AI, creating new jobs. But this new technology comes with certain challenges. And particularly when we talk about Edge AI, there are various challenges associated with that, particularly for deep learning. Deep learning is key element of Edge AI in today's market, right? There are various inference applications out there. And the challenges are increasing size and complexity of deep neural network, BERT or CNNs, etc. They require a lot of compute power. Then a demand of multi-precision network support due to accuracy and latency trade-offs, right? Use case specific models requirement. Then high volume, low latency throughput to process inference requests immediately. And last but not the least, need of IT infrastructure to deploy and migrate workflow, Edge AI workflow. So those are challenges. And at Lanner, we have various hardware for Edge AI to address those challenges. So this is a high-level Edge AI product portfolio for Lanner. We have various market focus, for example, general purpose embedded computing, then smart transportation, industrial IoT, and cybersecurity. And we have partnered up with industry-leading silicon vendors such as Intel, NVIDIA, Halo, etc. So we design and manufacture hardware with onboard silicon integration for real-time AI processing. And those hardware provide modularity support to use various discrete AI accelerator card, then a purpose-built AI and deep learning inference system. And not to mention, but Lanner is an Intel Titanium partner. Then we are also in partnership with NVIDIA. So we have hardware for various market depending on your use case requirement. So this is very quick introduction of our hardware offerings or a product portfolio for Edge AI, and those hardware comes in various form factors, small to medium to desktop-based appliances, etc. So since we talk about Lanner Edge AI product portfolio, now I would like to talk about NVIDIA GPU Cloud. Since this topic is around NVIDIA GPU computing for Edge AI, so it is very crucial to understand what is NVIDIA GPU Cloud. NVIDIA GPU Cloud is basically a hub for GPU optimized software for HPC, AI, machine learning, etc. And this hub consists of various NGC containers. For example, NVIDIA CUDA for parallel computing, then NVIDIA DeepStream SDK for analytics, then NVIDIA TensorRT, which is a C++ library to, if you would like to use that in your application for inferencing. So this is introduction about NGC and what are the benefits to use this NGC. So definitely it helped to accelerate time to solution because there is a deployment ready NGC containers out there. So ecosystem or DevOps community can easily leverage those containers. Then it simplifies the AI adoption. So NVIDIA has been taking care of heavy lifting of GPU computing. So there are various pre-trained models available or some solution available to deploy. And it helps to run NVIDIA GPU in any kind of environment. So for example, if you're deploying GPU-based solution on bare metal, or you're deploying GPU-based solution on Kubernetes or any virtualized environment, so NVIDIA NGC could be really handy. So this is very brief introduction about NGC. Now I would like to talk about Lanner NGC-ready server. So earlier we've seen the challenges, various challenges, right? For example, high volume, low latency, inference throughput requirement. So what we have done is we partnered up with NVIDIA to come up with the NGC-ready server. And the purpose of this partnership is to enable the ecosystem to run NVIDIA GPU or optimize or AI and machine learning software on Lanner off-the-shelf hardware for high volume, low latency inferences. Correct. And we have gone through various validation process with NVIDIA to make our ecosystem partners' life easier, right? And it helps them to save a lot of engineering hours. So what we have done to make our hardware NGC ready. First of all, we passed extensive suite of tests, particularly software tests. So here we have seen in earlier slide that this is how the NGC software stack looks like. Now, Lanner software engineering team, we have validated those containers to deliver high performance and showcase the stability to run those NGC containers. So a lot of tests were involved. Then second was we've gone through various hardware reliability tests. What do I mean by hardware reliability test? So to use any GPU server, there are certain tests required to check the hardware competency to work with GPUs. And those tests are a thermal test, then PCI qualification test, then PCI bandwidth test, and GPU compatibility test. So we have invested a lot of time to do that at Lanner. Then last but not the least, we followed various best practices for configuring NGC-ready servers. And those best practices are CPU core count and CPU speed required to run per discrete GPU. Then storage and memory required to use this GPU inside the system. And various component, hardware component, for example, manageability and security with help of TPM. So we integrated all those components in hardware to make a true NGC-ready server. So these are the tests we have gone through to make our hardware NGC-ready. Now, let's talk about one of our NGC-ready server, and it is called LEC-2290E. And these are the feature set of this NGC-ready server. So this server comes, it can support up to 8 cores Xeon CPU, purely optimized for Tesla T4 GPU, and it supports up to 64 gig SODIMM memory. It supports IPMI for out-of-band manageability or hardware level manageability, TPM for security. Then it has a rich I/O integrated within this box. For example, it has 4 PoE ports integrated within this hardware for real-time video ingestion. So for example, you are using certain application to drive image classification or object detection task, then this will be really handy for video ingestion. Then it also supports a 2.5-inch external HDD or SSD or mSATA. So various form factor of storage option available. Then it also support our pre-certified PGN module. So PGN is Lanner embedded module for connectivity, and it's for LTE, and it is certified with various carriers such as PTC, RB, Verizon, AT&T. So if you have a requirement to use LTE network with this hardware, then you can use it. So these are high-level feature set of this hardware. I would not like to waste more time to talk about it, but if you need to find out more about this hardware, we have datasheet available, we have product brief available. Please feel free to visit our website, lannerinc.com, and you'll find more information about this hardware. Now let's take a look at the benefits and value props of using this LEC-2290E hardware and aka NGC-ready server. So first of all, it offers performance and power efficiency at very edge. What do I mean by that? So performance-based, you can use data center class GPU at the edge in this hardware, and it is 70-watt GPU, 70-watt GPU. So it's definitely power efficient. It lower down time to solution and time to market, because as I mentioned earlier, we have validated with NGC, and NVIDIA has a very beautiful application hub. So our partners or anyone from ecosystem can use this hardware. It supports rich I/O and modularity. So it's very modular hardware. It gives you flexibility, what kind of key parts you want to use or form factor of additional component you want to use. And it comes with built-in security and manageability and connectivity module. So these are the value props. And this LEC-2290 is trusted by community, AI community, such as we've been awarded as Best in Show at Embedded World this year. I mean, it was happening here in March this year. So we've been awarded with the Best in Show award. So it is definitely trusted by community. So if you would like to learn more about Lanner's GPU product portfolio, what do we have for Edge AI? and what kind of other appliances we have for example, a data center or for super edge or extreme edge. We've been giving presentation, and there are various speakers from Lanner talking about our hardware at GTC 2021, and Lanner is platinum sponsor for GTC this year. And these are the various topics here you can see on your screen. You just need to go to GTC website, and registration is free. You can register yourself, and you can find Lanner sessions with help of this session ID, which you can see on your screen, or you can just simply use this topic. Search for it, and you'll find our session. Register for it, and we'll be giving talk on AI for private cloud, then AI using multi-access edge computing appliances, then AI for edge inference. So there is some good talk available. Please take an advantage of it, and there are other technical sessions available by NVIDIA if you want to train your team. You can also certainly participate in that. So that was a quick sneak peek of how you can learn more about Lanner's GPU product offering. So I think this is it from my side, and thank you very much. And thank you so much, Rich. And I have my email address over here. You can reach out to me personally if you have any queries, any question. You can always reach out to Lanner sales team. We have a very strong sales team, and we are a global company. We have a presence everywhere around the world. We have logistics center, technical support centers. So take an advantage of it, and feel free to reach out to us. Over to you, Rich.
Well, thank you, Malik. That was excellent. I do have a couple of questions I would love to ask you based on that presentation, though, if you'll indulge me. First of all, what type of OEM services are offered apart from the COTS product offerings?
Okay, that's a great question. So at Lanner, we definitely have off-the-shelf hardware, but apart from that, we have ODM and OEM service. That means we offer system-level integration, design-in services according to our customers' requirement. And we have customization services. So if our customer or partner would like to leverage Lanner off-the-shelf hardware, and if they want us to depopulate some IO or do branding for them or etc., those kind of good work we do. And we also offer some value-added services such as inventory management for our partners or customer, then drop shipment around the world. And we also do a pre-configuration of software for our partners and customers. So those are additional ODM and OEM services we offer.
Very good. So I wrote this next one down as a multi-part question, so just bear with me for 1 second. Let me see if I can get this right. First of all, why is Lanner's NGC-ready server optimized for a T4 CPU? And are there other GPUs that it will offer? And also, does this edge server come with pre-configured system parts?
Okay, so why we chose T4 GPU? So T4 GPU is industry adopted GPU for Edge AI, purpose-built for Edge AI. It comes with 320 tensor cores and 2,500 plus CUDA cores with 16 gig of memory. So very powerful GPU, I must say. Then it can support multi-precision models, AI model, and the performance it delivers is 65 tera floating point operations. And if you want to use intent model, it can support up to 120 teraflops TOPS operation for intent models. So you'll be amazed to hear this, but this GPU for image classification task, it delivers 4,500 images in front. It infer 4,500 images. So its image classification task is really great. And it's not necessary that this hardware only work with T4 GPU. This hardware can support any low profile GPU, half size, half length GPU. So yes, it worked with other GPU. Now coming back to other question, whether this come with the pre-configured or there is a flexibility to choose components. So yes, we have both option. For configuration, we have configured to order services, and we can deliver hardware as per our partner's requirement or customer requirements. And we have a great initiative called AI Starter Kit. And this AI starter kit comes with the pre-configured CPU, GPU, memory, storage, power adapter, etc. So if anyone want to get started with the software sanity check or validation of their software, we also have this option, and it comes straight from our factory. So it cut down the lead time. So yeah, these were pretty good services from Lanner.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. That was Malik Upawa. He is the Global AI Product and Market Development Manager for Lanner, and I'm Rich Nass with Open Systems Media.